fiber, Frontier fiber optic internet.
I met someone. I just can't stop thinking how that guy in 3C died. Guys, come on. People get murdered every day, so. I woke up covered in blood. I have to find out what happened. The FBI wanted information about you. If you weren't a suspect before, you sure are now. Do not do anything stupid. Oh, God.
Yo, 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 Rap Star Boxing in the house. Let's start this day off. We've got an amazing boxing day today. It's boxing weekend. We've got Daniel Dubois, Joyce. You know what's going on. It's in England, it's in London, and somebody's O has to go. So I'm hyped up for this fight, man. We got a great heavyweight clash, and I got to tell you, man, the Joyce and Daniel Dubois is going to be a hell of a fight. I really got to tell you, it's going like a 50-50 fight right now. A lot of people don't know what way to go for that fight right now. You know, a lot of people, they think Daniel Dubois is the real deal. You know, Daniel Dubois seems to have the punching power to be a knockout, destruction, and destructive heavyweight in the game. The man, Daniel Dubois, has been known to drop Anthony Joshua in sparring. As you know, a few years ago, that rumor's been circulating out there. We've seen what Daniel Dubois has been doing to all his opponents one by one. He's been getting rid of them out of the ring just with his sheer aggression and power. And don't think Daniel Dubois can't box. He's a good boxer too. He's got very underrated boxing ability about Daniel Dubois. And let me tell you about Joyce, Slow Joe. Slow Joe is not as slow as people give him credit for. Slow Joe has got a lot more attributes than what people give him credit for. This is an amazing heavyweight clash. Somebody's own has to go in London, England. Joe Joyce, Daniel Dubois. Let's get ready for Saturday night boxing. We got an amazing night of boxing, man. And I got to tell you, I'm hyped up. I'm really hyped up for this fight because, like I said, it just can't, you can't predict it. Can Joe Joyce avoid Daniel Dubois' punishment and power in the early part of this fight? Can Joe Joyce be able to stay away from Daniel Dubois in the early part of the fight and weather the storm so that he can come on later on in that fight? Can Joe Joyce be able to use his ring IQ, his amateur pedigree, and be able to weather the storm and come over in the late part of the fight, come like a thunderstorm, and end up stopping Daniel Dubois? Can that happen? Or is this just going to be a Daniel Dubois step-up fight and he's going to put a good damage on Joe Joyce and end up stopping him? We don't know what's going to happen. And that's why this fight is exciting. Because either way you predict it, we don't really know who the winner could be until they get in the ring. And that's why this heavyweight clash in London, England is a great, great contest. So, like I said, the Daniel Dubois and Joe Joyce fight, Saturday night. Don't miss it. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you get the fight. Make sure you don't blink because this fight can stop any time in that round. Any round, this fight, if you blink, it could be a knockout, it could be a knockdown. You just don't know what could happen in any part of any round in this fight. And that's what's exciting about this fight. But as we just, touch into this fight, a lot of people have become very sensitive to what Daniel Dubois had made some sarcastic comments in that press conference to Joe Joyce's mum, saying that, I didn't know until now that Joe Joyce's mum was blind. And Daniel Dubois seemed to have made a sarcastic comment to say that his mum won't be able to see the knockout when I knock out her son. So a lot of people have took that kind of a negative comment, a hateful comment, and maybe it's gone out of proportion a bit. But a lot of people are swinging towards Joe Joyce because they don't like what Daniel Dubois has been making digs and personal comments to Joe Joyce's mum, and his mum is blind. So, it seems like there's a bit of bad blood in this fight, but Joe Joyce seems very comfortable, very, very composed, very happy going into this fight. They had a press conference yesterday. To me, I think Daniel Dubois also looks very composed, very happy, very chilled out. None of them have got out of their skin in the press conference. None of them seem to get angry. They just seem to be cool, calm, collective. So we'll just see what happens in the ring. But one thing I will tell you, Joe Joyce has got a lot of experience. People seem to forget there's also a big age gap. Joe Joyce is 35 years old, whereas Daniel Dubois, I think, is somewhere around 22, 23. That's a big age gap for maturity in a fighter, especially with experience. Joe Joyce definitely has the experience, but can he use it towards his advantage? That's very important. Can Joe Joyce use his experience towards his advantage in this fight? That's going to be the key factor for Joe Joyce. But one other thing is, as this fight we get in England and we get to the end of that fight, the winner is definitely going to go to great places. The winner of this fight in next year will probably be in title for a title shot. The winner of this fight will be in position next year for one of the world titles. So it does amazing things for the winner. Obviously, the loser still, it's not over for the loser. The loser still can have some great domestic clash fights and have some European level fights. But definitely the winner is going to go on to do great and much better things for 2021. So after this showdown in England, we're going into the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones card. So we've got Mike Tyson and Roy Jones later on in the evening in America. So after this, we're going into the Roy Jones and Mike Tyson card, which will be in America late hours in the morning for us in England. So in that fight, we've got Jake Paul and Nate Jones is your undercard co-main event. Jake Paul is the YouTube sensation and who's been doing well in boxing in YouTube. And you've got Nate Jones, who's the basketball and NFL football player in America. I don't know much about Nate Jones. I know he's a great athlete. I've done some research on him. Seems to be he was great in his NBA days. He was a slam dunk winner for 3 years in a row or something. So I don't know much else about him. He's got nothing out there for boxing. This seems to be his first fight. So, it's a great fun factor fight, a fun factor co-main event. But then you've got the Tyson and Roy Jones card. I do know Badu Jack is fighting on that card too, but I don't know who actually Badu Jack is fighting. But he's in the same card. Once we get into the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones exhibition match, just remember they got 12-ounce gloves. Nobody's wearing head guards. They're 2-minute rounds and they're 8 rounds. I just can't believe Mike Tyson and Roy Jones is coming back. That's just crazy in itself. With Mike Tyson and Roy Jones coming back to the ring, it's, unbelievable that we're getting a clash of Mike Tyson and Roy Jones right now. Sometimes I'm lost for words because they're so old and I just don't want to make too many comments about that fight in a negative way. And the reason why I say that is because I just feel like I don't want to see nothing bad happen in that fight. I know it's an exhibition bouts. Normally, you carry each other in the fight, you hug it out, and you're able to, just work with each other, but not go fully full out. And what I mean by that is you're not going out for knockouts. You're going to try and keep it calm, collective, and just, make sure, you show each other that you're still boxing, but, it's an exhibition at the end of the day, and you're not looking to take each other's heads off. But let's not forget, Mike Tyson, nobody can predict what Mike Tyson can do in that ring. So the whole thing is just so exciting. If Mike Tyson gets angry in their ring, does he start going for a knockout? I don't know. We are talking about Mike Tyson here. Roy Jones Jr., I know he can do 8 rounds, 2-minute rounds, because he was fighting in 2018. That's when he hung his gloves up. So, he was fighting until recently in his late ages. He might not have been fighting elite opponents, but he still was fighting some kind of opponents, whether they were just to keep active, but they were opponents in the boxing circuit. So Roy Jones has been active, so he probably can do 8 rounds. I don't know if Mike Tyson can do 8 rounds. I mean, we have to just see how that goes. But, it's a fun factor fight. I want everyone to tune in to that Tyson and Roy Jones fight. It'll be fun. Support Mike Tyson. Support Roy Jones. Support them in their fight. It'll be fun. And it'll be at least something to, watch and have a great Saturday night with. So, yeah, definitely. So that's the boxing events we've got. That's all I wanted to touch on. It's early morning over here. I'm hyping up these fights. We got Joyce and Daniel Dubois. Make sure you tune in to that heavyweight clash. Somebody's O has to go. And then we go in America with a Roy Jones and Tyson fight, a fun factor fight. Let's see what happens. Is it a real exhibition? Does Tyson get angry? Does Tyson lose discipline? Can Roy Jones outbox Tyson, or does Tyson knock out Roy Jones? We don't know what's going to happen, but let's just hope it's a great fun factor fight. Nobody gets hurt. Apart from that, to everyone else tuning in, tuning out, I'm out. Catch you guys later live on the Daniel Dubois and Joyce fight. I'll be live later on tonight. So yeah, I'll catch everyone later. See ya, mate.